This podcast contains a few instances of adult language. Viewer discretion is advised.
This week on Florida's Fourth Estate, a family heading home on vacation gets trapped more than 10 stories up.
Firefighters have to pull them out. They're 130 feet in the air.
And eco-goats cleaning the Florida landscape. How people are renting goats to avoid pulling weeds.
I'm pro-goat, and I would babysit your goat while you travel.
And this week's guest, News 6 anchor Julie Broughton. We take you for a scary trip inside our inboxes and our voicemail messages.
Sick and tired of hearing, I'm getting results and getting results.
Hi there, and welcome to a special edition of Florida's Fourth Estate. You know what we're doing today. Hate mail, and I brought in Julie Broughton, News 6 anchor, who gets some of the best hate mail in the business. We always kind of like compare and try to beat each other out on the best hate mail, and you usually win.
I've got some good ones. I've got a combination of mean and just gross today.
Oh, you get some good gross ones.
Yes, I do. Some that we couldn't share, but I picked a few.
Some of yours are way too descriptive.
Yes.
I have a voicemail, so
That's
basically I'm going to win today.
Well, I don't know how to check my voicemail, so there's that.
I bet there's some really good stuff on your voicemail. That's the next show. Before we get into our hate mail section, we got to get into the crazy stories that happened this week. Family visiting in Panama City, had a great time at the beach. They get their luggage, go into the elevator. They're leaving to go to the airport. Vacation's over. They get stuck. Take a look at the picture of them in the elevator. Firefighters have to pull them out. They're 130 feet in the air when the firefighters have to pull them out through the ceiling tiles there. Firefighters in that area shared these on Facebook, and we got it. I just can't imagine being in that situation. Can you?
That just gives me anxiety looking at, having to be pulled through that little hole.
I have a daughter, my middle daughter, Lulu, hates going into elevators.
Yeah.
If this ever happened to us, if she ever had to be pulled out of that hole,
it's over.
She stares all the way the rest of her life. Never going in an elevator again.
I'm with her on that one.
Oh, my gosh. The other crazy one we had this week, I'm blowing through the stories because I don't want to shortchange these hate mails. There's a way you can rent goats. You can rent a goat, not to pet. It's not like one of those, stores where, like a coffee shop where you can pet a cat. This is a goat that is useful. They will clear your lawn debris. This is called Rent a Ruminant. It's a goat wrangler. And it's pretty wild.
Look at their ears. In my parents' neighborhood, when I go home, I go live on Facebook with goats. I don't know if you've ever seen that. They have this in their neighborhood. Goats are down by a retention pond, just eating away.
I love it because I hate pulling weeds. And so I'm thinking about buying a goat now. If I had one goat, do you think it could just handle my weeds and I don't have to worry about it?
Yes, the size of your yard, absolutely.
Because you're a farm girl, so you know this.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a farm girl, but I'm pro-goat, and I would babysit your goat while you travel. That's the deal I'm making here right now.
My goat would eat everything in your house, and you would never babysit it again.
My tiny townhome would be gone.
I love the goat rental story. So that's a thing now, and it's very eco-friendly and everything else. You don't have to use pesticides. That area is by some water, and they don't want the pesticides dripping in, so they got goats eating the weeds. Good stuff. All right, it is time for our favorite little segment.
And now, your Floridian of the Week.
That's cute.
Thank you. Have you never seen that one before?
I've heard it because I listen in the car. I don't watch.
Oh, yeah. We've got our little... this is Daniel Scudder here. He went to the TD Bank to rob it, and he, says he has a gun, tells the teller he wants some money. The teller hands him $200 in cash. No, $2,000. I'm sorry. $2,000 in cash in an envelope. And what does he say? What is his response to the clerk? I love you.
That's a great disguise he has, too. No one would ever know it's him.
No, he put a whole hat on. And he has this scraggly beard that would be like a fingerprint. So, Daniel Scudder, he ended up saying, I love you to the clerk and running out, which is just a weird thing to say.
Not creepy at all.
He gets in his car, and he gets tracked down. They throw the stop sticks out, and next thing you know, he's going down without a fight.
With his envelope of cash and his old lid right there.
But he did find a woman that he is interested in now. The
Apparently.
clerk who gave him, he's like, $2,000. I love you.
So it's her lucky day.
Gosh. So he doesn't have a lot going for him right now. So thank you, Daniel Scudder, for your Floridian of the Week. Julie Broughton, News 6 anchor. Okay, so you brought a few examples of the hate mail that you get, or the love mail. Could be either one.
Okay, so would you like to start with rude or gross?
Let's start with rude. Let's ease them into this life, this gangster life that news anchors have.
All right, I'll start with this one. The first line, hello, Mr. Broughton.
Mr. Broughton.
More pants. Have a wonderful day. By the way, not sure what looks worse, you looking like you just rolled out of bed or Troy Bridges' toupee. Let's hope Troy never listens to this. That's why Channel 9 is my place for news. Enough said. So you and I have talked about this guy. So this guy, and he sent me more where, it was just getting to be a lot.
Yeah.
So I was looking at his profile, and so he is calling me Mr. Broughton because I love pants. But he used to work for an LGBTQ organization that prides itself on inclusivity and
not
anti-bullying
judging people on their gender.
On my pants. So, hello, Mr. Broughton.
That is exceptionally hypocritical.
Yes, and I was so convinced that someone had spoofed his account, and so I saw like mutual friends. I'm like, guys, you should tell this guy. I'm sure somebody that works at this place would never be doing this. And then they're like, no, it was really him.
That was for sure him.
It was for sure him. They're like, he's a little off, but he's probably harmless. So, I mean, I'm still here. He hasn't offed me.
So you're not allowed to wear pants.
I love pants. I love a jumpsuit.
Yes, that's like your thing. So nothing wrong with it. I don't understand why people are so critical of. I get plenty of emails about hate because my suits are too tight or whatever.
Mr. Skinny Suits.
Skinny suits, they were a thing for a while. I laid off on them just because I was tired of all the moaning and whining about it. But you ladies, like, there's nothing. Some people get mad if you wear pants. Some people get mad if you wear dresses. So there's really nothing you can do about it.
You're too fat. You're too skinny. You're too sexy. You're too dumpy. It's always something.
Oh, it's brutal. All right. Well, I actually have a very special thing I'm excited to bring you for the podcast.
So excited.
This is a voicemail. I like the way I love this woman and I want to meet her. Okay. But she's very upset about something we say in our show a lot. And her name's Mariel, and I want to introduce you to her. I'm going to play it on my phone right here.
I'm so excited.
Hello, Matt Austin. My name is Muriel, and I live over in Titusville, Florida. And I always was a constant viewer of Channel 6. For one thing, I love Tom Sorrells, the weatherman. But I and quite a few of my friends over here in Titusville, we make fun of you all saying that much overused expression, getting results. Even when I called the girl that answered the phone, News 6, getting results. Hey,
kind of her thing.
Get some new vocabulary. You're a fine-looking gentleman, and we love to see you, and we love to listen to Lisa Bell and Ginger Gadsden, and of course Tom Sorrells. He rocks with the weather forecast. I always loved him. But truth to tell, I have switched to Channel 9 a lot because I'm just so sick and tired of hearing and getting results. And sometimes it's used 2 and 3 times in a paragraph. It's ridiculous. Get some new vocabulary.
Okay, so Mariel, really, this goes on for 2.5 minutes here. I didn't have time for the whole thing.
But you are fine looking.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate the compliments mixed in with the punch to the groin area. But, Muriel, we have this branding at our station, which I actually really like. It's called Getting Results. We do get results for people significantly.
Yes.
We change lives. We get people money back. We fight big corporations. And it's kind of what we do, and it's kind of what our branding is. Do we say it too much sometimes? Yeah, probably. But we kind of, we don't have that much time with people, so we have to kind of drive home what our deal is. Why do they all threaten us with watching Channel 9?
I don't know. I mean, my friend, my LGBTQ advocate friend, he said that he only watches Channel 9, yet comments on my outfits frequently. So,
that's strange how that works.
Because I don't appear on Channel 9 unless something really weird's going on.
Do you have commercials going on over there?
Maybe.
I always respond with the same thing when somebody says, oh, I'm going to watch another channel. I'm like, well, you're just punishing yourself now, not me. Because I don't even know who you're watching. So
well, and people complain about that, but people also complain like, oh, there's never any good news. You and I both have Getting Results franchises that are only good news. So Complain about it, but we're doing good stuff with
Yeah,
it.
that's right. We're trying. That's how we get. People say we want better news in the newscast, so we take this thing, getting results. We're going to get good news. We're going to help people, and we're going to give out awards and all this stuff. And people still complaining about the same thing. All right,
People always complain.
give me a gross one that is not going to offend too many of our viewers.
Let me pull it up.
We got 2 minutes.
Okay. Hear this. This is from John. I would love to ask you out someday. I want to kiss you. I have a bad crush on you. I would ask you out. I'm back on Facebook, but I'll be on Instagram too.
Instagram.
I want you, baby. I want you.
These are all separate messages over like a day.
Over a few days.
Few days.
Yeah.
He's just like thinking about you.
Yeah, and I just picked a segment that I could actually use because it gets worse.
Raunchier.
Yeah.
And let's just be honest here. People send you really gross stuff sometimes.
Yes.
Really highly inappropriate. Like I just wonder what they're expecting your response to be.
Well, I mean, just these gross, unsolicited pictures. And it's not just me. I mean, so many of us get them. It's not like I'm special in that regard. But you just think, has this ever worked? Has anyone ever sent a photo like that to somebody they don't know? Like, I see this person on TV. Let me send them this.
Mm-hmm.
Has this ever worked? I mean, it's just mind-blowing that somebody, it's like, all right.
One of my favorites you ever got, was it you or Lisa Bell? There was a guy who was like, he had a car. And it was that you? And it was like, I don't know. It wasn't
it was a 2006 Lexus that's paid off.
It was paid off. And there was this picture that he sent.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like fanning like
Holding
$15?
And then he was leaning against his paid off 2006 Lexus, which I am all for a paid off car.
Hey.
You know, that's very Dave Ramsey, but he had his money fanned out and like all his gold chains on.
I wouldn't say his purpose was very Dave Ramsey, but you're right.
Yeah, he probably isn't going to those financial piecework
I don't
workshops.
think so.
But,
oh my gosh. I love going into your inbox because it's the best out of any of us.
never boring.
It is never boring going into any of ours. So Julie Broughton, thank you,
Thank you.
for joining us for this brief edition of Hate Mail. We're definitely going to have you on again, especially when we get some more good ones. Check your voicemail. We'll probably have like an hour-long podcast.
Oh my gosh, we have to
it.
figure out how to. I don't even know how.
That will be our mission after this. She's Julie Broughton. I'm Matt Austin. Ginger Gradston will be back very soon.
We can't wait.
Stick with us. This is Florida's Fourth Estate. Have a great one.